This week you covered child development and development into adulthood. This is a course, if you go on to college, that you probably will have in much greater detail. It's actually a course that I teach every fall at Finlandia, and interestingly enough, they watch the same video that you did this week. Adolescent storm and stress, definitely a real thing. I have a tween in my house, and a big part of adolescent storm and stress has to do with brain development. So we looked at the brain at the beginning of the semester. We know that the adolescent brain resorts back to developmentally the same as the toddler preschooler brain. It's another big growth of the prefrontal cortex, and so for a 2-year-old, they have temper tantrums when they're trying to handle those strong emotions that go with that need for autonomy, independence. So when that next big growth happens, looking for more independence, more purpose in life, that's adolescence. Hence, we get adolescent storm and stress. And of course, we can throw in hormones and all these other things that are happening, but really a lot of it is rooted in the brain. It's amazing when I hear my tween say something, it almost is a flashback to toddlerhood. And then the second part of your stuff, I had you look at the ACEs study. ACEs is really the heart of a lot of the work that I do professionally. I've been lucky enough to be able to train with Vince Felitti, who is one of the original co-founders of the study, and with Nadine Burke-Harris. Nadine Burke-Harris was actually in the news in the past week. She was just awarded the first Surgeon General of the state of California, and this ACE work is the heart of what she's hoping to bring forward into California. Do the ACEs define you? No. But do they impact you? Absolutely. As you saw, it's not just your social emotional well-being, it's also your physical health. The good news is the initial research studies, and when I saw Felitti, he talked about this. The big part is just being able to be asked these questions and answer them honestly to somebody else. If a lot of these things are things that we kind of keep secret, and so if somebody asks you about it and you go, hey, I don't have to keep it a secret anymore, that's a big step forward for someone's health physically and mentally. Of course, there are other things that we can do to prevent and then to help if someone has experienced an ACE. But this is, it's a national crisis, and it is something that we need to address in terms of development. I could spend all day talking about ACEs. It's something I'm very passionate about, but I just thought it was an important piece to bring into the developmental chapter. I know some of you have teachers who are parents, and I don't know what the rest of your parents do, but the other thing we do know about ACEs is it only takes one person. So if a child can't make a connection within their family, we need to create a greater support network for kids, and oftentimes teachers are the person who can be the one for somebody. It can also be a coach or a neighbor, a grandma who lives down the street, a friend's parent, but it takes one to help eradicate some of the difficulties brought forward by ACEs. So I encourage you to share this information with other people that you know. That's a big part of prevention. All right, have a great week. Hope that you are enjoying the snow.